What's going on, everybody? Top 10 Pokemon back. Folks, it's tradition on this channel that towards the end of each year, we review the top 10 hottest cards of that year, and the year is 2025, where we started off with Prismatic Evolutions, and then we got Journey Together, Destined Rivals, Black Bolt, White Flare, Mega Evolution, and Phantasmal Flames to finish it off. It was a heck of a year, folks. Tons of awesome cards. Today, we'll be going over the top 10 hottest, the top 10 most valuable cards from 2025. I will be using the market value on TCG Player to determine this top 10 list. So not only are we going to go over the raw card market value for these cards, but also what the graded copies sell for as well. Quick shout out to today's awesome video sponsor. It is PokeNotify. I'm sure you've already heard, but the next set to be released is going to be called Ascended Heroes, and it is shaping up to be a banger of a set. And PokeNotify is the Discord server that will give you the fastest notifications on upcoming pre-orders for the set. They'll give you custom notifications for hundreds of websites from all major regions across the world. As a PokeNotify user myself, I can assure you, you will not miss a single pre-order notification on whatever product you are looking to grab. Test out their servers with a free 3-day trial, and after that, use code TOP10POKEMON for 25% off your first month. A link to the website to sign up will be in the description of this video. Go check them out, folks, and as always, thank you so much for your support. Alright, let's get into this top 10 list with numerous honorable mentions. Let's start off with this card right here from Prismatic Evolutions. It is the special illustration rare Sylveon EX, is the number 10 hottest card of the year. This card has a raw market value of $335.85 as of right now, while the PSA 10 copies of this card have sold most recently for $1,200. When you have a set filled with special illustration rare evolutions, you're bound to get a few of them on a top 10 list. This is the number 10 most valuable card that came out this year. The number 9 card of the year would have to be this gold Mega Gardevoir EX hyper rare card that just came out in Mega Evolution. A market value for this card right now is about $364.22, and the PSA 10 copies have been selling for around $740. Gardevoir got a lot of love in the Scarlet and Violet era, and it seems like it's going to be getting even more love with Mega Evolution. There are just tons of Gardevoir cards. This one right here is the number 9 hottest of the year. The number 8 card on today's list comes from White Flare in this full art black and white rare Reshiram EX. These black and white rares are pretty much exclusive to Black Bolt White Flare, as we see these monochrome colored cards that are very reminiscent of the old school black and white cards. This guy right here has a market value of $371.65, and the PSA 10s have been selling for around $731. And the more I see these monochrome cards, the more I am really liking them, folks. I think they're going to age better than I thought they would. This is the number 8 card on today's list. Speaking of monochrome cards, the number 7 hottest card of the year I have to give to this black and white rare Zekrom EX. That has a market value of $468.99, while a PSA 10 copy sold most recently for $895. Black Bolt White Flare is certainly shaping up to be more valuable than I thought it would. This is the number 7 hottest card. Coming in number 6, we go back to Mega Evolution with this Mega Lucario EX Hyper Rare. Has a market value of $471.87 right now, and the PSA 10 copies sell for around $1,250. So the headlining Pokemon from Mega Evolution were Gardevoir, Lucario, and Venusaur. However, we did not see a gold hyper rare Venusaur from this set, which is a shame. I think it would have been an awesome card. Nonetheless, this Lucario here is the number 6 on the list. The number 5 hottest card actually consists of 2 cards. I'm going to combine them for this slot. It is the monochrome Victini from both Black Bolt and White Flare. Here we have the 172 copy of this card, which has a market value of $432.27, while a PSA 10 sells for about $1,005 in auction. And the 171 copy of this card has a market value of $477.71 but a PSA 10 of that goes for about $815. But both of these cards are pretty much the same. It looks very good next to the Reshiram and Zekrom. Up next, we have one of my favorite cards of the year, the Team Rocket's Mewtwo EX SIR. As of right now, has a market price of $477.92, while the PSA 10 copy sold most recently for $1,225. And it wasn't just a couple of months ago. This card shot up from $1,000 to $2,000 as a PSA 10. It has since come down to a little over $1,200. Still, it is a magnificent card. I think it will age like wine. One of my favorites of the year. Getting down to the final three, the third hottest card of the year would have to be the Mega Charizard EX Hyper Rare card from the newest set, Phantasmal Flames. Has a current market value of $564.80, and the most recent PSA 10 copy of this card sold for $4,050. Which brings me right into the number two hottest card of the year would have to be the Mega Charizard EX SIR, also from Phantasmal Flames. Has a current market value of $776.87. while the PSA 10 copies go for around $3,350. And even though these cards just came out, folks, just a week or so ago, they're Mega Charizards. They will age well. I still think they will be on the top 10 list for years to come. Before we get into the number one hottest card of the year, we have to go over several amazing honorable mentions from Journey Together. Journey Together unfortunately didn't make the top 10 list, but we have this Lily's Clefairy EX SIR with a market price of $137 and a PSA 10 price of about $500. Here we have the Reshiram EX from White Flare. Sells as a raw copy for about $188.77, with the PSA 10 selling for about $455. Here we have an Ethan's Ho-Oh EX SIR from Destined Rivals, which has a market price of $205, with the PSA 10 selling for about $405. Here we have an example of how an illustration can make or break a card. In this case, it makes the card. It's the Roaring Moon EX SIR from Prismatic Evolutions, has a market price of $208, while the PSA 10 sell for about $750. Here's the Mega Gardevoir EX SIR from Mega Evolution, has a market price of $219, while the PSA 10 sell for about $471. Here is the SIR Zekrom EX from Black Bolt, has a market price of $238, while the PSA 10 sells for about $415. And then here we have the Cynthia's Garchomp EX SIR from Destined Rivals, has a market price of $258, with a PSA 10 price of about $570. And lastly, for our honorable mentions, we have another Evolution from Prismatic Evolutions. It is this Leafeon EX SIR, has a market price of $272, and sells as a PSA 10 for about $702. Which brings me to the number one best hottest card of the year. It came out at the very beginning and it held strong the whole year through. It is the special illustration rare Umbreon EX from Prismatic Evolutions. Has a market price as a raw copy for $1,153. Woo! And this puppy has sold most recently as a PSA 10 for $3,475. And it's been selling very consistently for between $3,500 to $4,000 over the past several months. This card is undeniably the most valuable and hottest card of 2025. With that being said, folks, if I had to rate the number one best set of the year, in my humble opinion, I would have to give it to Destined Rivals. It has tons of awesome SIRs like the Mewtwo, the Moltres, the Garchomp, an S-tier set through and through. It's my favorite. How about yours? What do you think of these cards, folks? What's your favorite card from 2025? Let me know in the comments below. That's all I got for you today. You know the drill. I'll catch you all in my next one.